All right, guys, what happened last night? We got to something around 5:45 this morning on the long take on the Lakers Thunder, and then the Hurricanes, basically their overall season, what's going on in the playoffs, a little bit of comparison to the Sabres, some dives and some stats, and the series against the Flyers obviously wrapped up last night, 4-0. They're 8-0 in the playoffs, as we noted. So what happened last night? We're not going to do it. We don't have time. But yeah, we'll get you a little take here on the Knicks. It's game day. By the time I get this out to you, we'll have tipped. It'll be a good one, I hope. Well, we'll see. Who knows? But yeah, OG Anunoby out. Listen on a 245 injury report, illness, and the hamstring. Embiid still, I think, he's still up in the air. I'm assuming he'll play. He did, he played most of round one, but he was out in game two. So we'll see. You never know with Joel Embiid. Basically every time he plays. In the playoffs, you're expecting him to play. Obviously whatever he dealt with the various injuries sustained earlier in the playoffs and throughout, but they cropped up and they caused him to miss that game. But I'm sure I'll be out there. This should be a good one. I know New York fans are delirious. Check out our social post on, our YouTube post. It's a social post. It's longer than a YouTube short, but it's a short. It's a snippet. These are all snippets. But yeah, Knicks Sixers today. Half an hour from tip at this time. Probably get this out maybe around 3:45, maybe 4 o'clock. So hopefully end of first quarter, maybe midway into second, something like that. I will get you more. I will hope to have some kind of reaction on this game from either Andrew Sindell or Johnny Jobu. I'm gonna reach out to them, see what they have to say. Maybe someone else. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Knicks tipping off. Half an hour. Another game tonight. We got some hockey going on as well. The Knicks are the NBA Daily Take for today. It's going to be a good one. I'm just saying, it's going to depend on injuries. Obviously, OG's out. We saw the Knicks get by the Sixers in the last one without OG. It was a good game. And it was fascinating to see game two. Well, Sixers-Knicks was, as Amber says, a good game for a little while, but it kind of got away. It was a fascinating game, the way the Sixers jumped out and the Knicks just kind of roared back. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not expecting the Knicks to sweep. Maybe that's just my, and Scott talked about this in his mea culpa when he discussed the Sixers getting ready for this series and how he said the Knicks would have to jump out quick. And he didn't, he kind of implied, I guess. He didn't say it outright, but he felt bad. He kind of felt the Sixers would win that one. I was expecting the Knicks to take, that one. But, I wasn't sure. Again, I came into the series kind of saying maybe these Sixers are legit because they, Maxey, Edgecombe, George to an extent, Oubre, some of these other guys, but Embiid, maybe it's the best supporting cast Embiid's ever had. I don't know. It seems like it. Edgecombe's young. We'll see what he develops into. He's been a stellar player this year. Max is obviously amazing. The guy's a perennial all-star now. He's going to be an MVP candidate. Well, we'll see with Shea, Nikola, maybe Giannis if he gets healthy, some other guys. We'll see if Maxey can insert himself into the MVP conversation. But he's gonna be. He'll get votes. He'll get some down the line votes. But but not this year necessarily. But maybe. But in the future, he will get votes. But he's gonna be good, and he's gonna be good tonight, this afternoon. As you know, and I said Sundays. I get it. I understand the need for an afternoon and an early evening game. Appreciate the hockey going late with the Anaheim Vegas game. But that's just my thing. I'll be watching that at night tonight. Maybe someone wants to stay up. But I'll try and recap that as well, or at least get you guys. Well, I'll either do a recap or what happened last night in the morning out by 10 a.m. Hopefully. And again, the Shale podcast should be out overnight, maybe by 5 or not by 5 o'clock. It's 2 hours away. I'm gonna be watching the next game. But overnight. Into morning of Monday. So we're gonna get some content going. I will pause from doing that to try and get a take on the reaction to this game. If the Knicks win, could be interesting. I want to hear about what New York is looking like. If the Knicks lose, I want to hear how the vibes are with the people that we've talked to, how they're feeling. But yeah, it's going to be a fascinating game. We saw the Sixers, kind of, they ran out of gas, and as I said, they basically missed, I think it was the last 7 3-pointers. They just couldn't make them. Some of them were ill-advised shots, but they were open. They were wide open shots, all of them basically. Just couldn't hit them down, knock them down. And that was a situation where I felt, with the Sixers playing on light rotation to begin with, no one beat in that game. Basically, it was a situation where they ran out of gas. Inevitable. But, Embiid being out there is going to be a big factor. I'm assuming he will. I don't doubt it. Just saying, you never know. But the Knicks got by the Sixers with him out there, no OG in Game 3. We'll see if that happens again in a couple minutes, half an hour. If it does, the Knicks keep up the momentum. Will Brunson be the killer that he normally is? Will Cat be efficient? What will he do? We know he's got, Scott has said, it's been discussed. Cat, I don't know. It's a fascinating discussion from a New Yorker because, New Yorkers love, I'm not a New Yorker anymore, but I have New York ties. New Yorkers love John Brunson. I think he's the greatest guy ever. And I think it's basically a nationwide kind of fixation with Cat. It's kind of like, what are you doing? You're fouling 3 times in the first 8 minutes or 7 minutes. You're off the floor after getting 2 in the first 4 or 5 minutes. And you're scoring, 16 on 5 shots, maybe getting 6 or 7 assists, the rebounds. But what are you doing? So we'll see what the Knicks can do today. We'll see how we get things going on in Philly. Again, Philly has released 500 tickets to that game to first responders, teachers, community groups, just to try and get the Knicks fans out. I was not aware, early on the Sixers were really decimating the Knicks, not the other way around. And the Philly fans were vocal and the Knicks fans were silent in Game 3. They showed up in force, chanting MVP for Brunson. We'll see if the Knicks fans show up again today. I'm guessing they will. We'll see if the 76ers organization can keep them out. Can the Knicks wrap the series with the Sixers today? I don't know. I think it's going to happen. But again, I've been wrong about these Sixers. Again, it's 3-0 now, so it's probably going to happen. But I was shocked by these Sixers making this round. A lot of people weren't. I didn't see it. Maybe it's just the injuries over the course of the year. They're always injured. Okay, we'll see what happens to the Knicks. Stay tuned tonight for some reaction. We'll see if we can get it. If not, I'll give you something. And stay tuned for the Shale podcast overnight. And hopefully, we get our head on straight. What happened last night? Tomorrow morning by 10 a.m. Stay tuned to With Sports Rob.